and the Wolf.
What was that? Eeks, a mouse. Frightened with just a mouse? What if you see a wolf? Wolf, where? Not here, but the wolf in the story of the lamb and the wolf.
Once, a little lamb got separated from its herd and lost its way.
Bah! Bah! Mama! Papa! Where are you? Bah!
Meanwhile, a hungry wolf in the woods heard the cries of the lamb.
Wow, a lamb! Splur!
The wolf quickly ran to the lamb, craving for a meal.
You will make a tasty meal. Splur!
The lamb was terrified to see the wolf, but it kept its presence of mind and quickly thought of an idea.
Wolf, sir. You can eat me up, but please let me have my one last wish.
Wolf said,
Quick, what is it?
The lamb handed over a pipe to the wolf and said,
Please let me dance my favorite tune one last time.
Ha ha, what a silly wish. But be quick, I am hungry.
As the wolf began to play the pipe, suddenly it heard dogs barking furiously. The music from the pipe was heard by the shepherd's dogs, and they came to rescue the lamb.
Catch that wolf!
The wolf ran for its life.
What a fool I am to listen to the lamb! Help!
The lamb was soon united with the herd.
Mama! Papa!
So with quick thinking, the brave lamb saved itself from the wolf. When faced with danger, one should be brave and attentive.
Yes, the lamb was so brave. Me too! A mouse! Mommy, where? Just kidding!
The Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf.
Hey, are you all right? It hurts badly. But why aren't you wearing your knee pads? I did not put so much of an effort. Thought I could manage without them. Even if it takes a bit more work, it would have been worth the effort, Minu. Look at those three little pigs.
Three cute little pigs. They were happy and playful, and they lived together with the mother pig. But soon they were big enough to step out of their family home and build their own homes. The mother pig bade goodbye to her three little pigs. Take care, my babies, and always beware of that big bad wolf from the neighborhood. The three little pigs left their family home and walked together in search of a good piece of land to build their own homes. The first little pig soon found a good piece of land for itself and quickly built a house with some straw and sticks.
It's so cozy and was very easy to build. Now I need not fear that big bad wolf.
Soon the second little pig found a piece of land nearby, and it did not take him much time to build a house with some wood and nails.
This is just enough to keep a big bad wolf away.
The third little pig also found a piece of land nearby, but it thought a while. I better build a strong home to keep away that big bad wolf, no matter if I have to work a bit harder. So the third little pig took efforts to build a strong house with brick and mortar. The three little pigs stayed happy and playful, but not for long. The big bad wolf was up to no good. It loomed around the neighborhood for a chance to eat and gobble up all the three little pigs.
I must eat those 3 little pigs. They'll make a delicious meal.
Soon on a day, the big bad wolf was at the doorsteps of the first little pig. Big Bad Wolf.
Open the door, piglets, or I'll huff and puff and blow your house away.
The first little pig was terrified.
Oh no, I shall never open the door.
The big bad wolf huffed and puffed. It huffed and puffed. Poof! It blew away the house made of straw and sticks. The first little pig ran for its life and hid himself with the second little pig in the house made of wood. Soon, the big bad wolf was at the doorsteps of the second little pig. Big Bad Wolf.
Open the door, piglets, or I'll huff and puff and blow your house away.
The 2 little pigs were terrified.
Oh no, we shall never open the door.
The big bad wolf huffed and puffed, and again it huffed and puffed. Poof! It blew away the house made of wood. The terrified 2 little pigs ran to save their lives and hid themselves with the third little pig in the house made of brick and mortar. Soon, the big bad wolf was at the doorsteps of the third little pig.
Open the door, piglets, or I'll huff and puff and blow your house away.
The 3 little pigs were terrified.
Oh no, we shall never open the door.
The big bad wolf huffed and puffed again and again, but it could not blow away the house made of brick and mortar. The house made of brick and mortar was strong enough to withstand the blows. The big bad wolf waited for a long time for the 3 little pigs to come out of the house, but in vain.
I have had enough of this.
The big bad wolf climbed up the rooftop and tried to sneak into the house from the chimney. The third little pig was clever enough to figure this out. He soon lit the fireplace, and the flames from the chimney burnt the wolf badly. The wolf howled and cried in pain and ran out of the house.
I don't want to be back here again. Somebody save me.
So the 3 little pigs got rid of the big bad wolf and lived happily and peacefully ever after.
Thanks to all the hard work of the third little pig, it finally paid off well to drive away the troublesome big bad wolf. Hard work rarely goes to waste, so put on your knee pads and gears. Let's skate!
The Bear and the Bees.
Ha! Are you the lucky one? Oh no! Yo! Mintu, you all right? Where am I? The bird did not mean any harm. Mintu, you lost your patience just like that bear in that story. Which story, Minu? The story of the bear and the bees.
Once, deep in the woods, a hungry bear came across a log where a swarm of bees had nested a beehive to make their honey.
Splur! Honey, my favorite.
As the bear snooped around the beehive, a single little bee flew out of the hive to protect the group. Knowing that the bear would eat all the honey, the little bee stung him sharply on the nose. And flew back into the hive. This made the bear angry beyond words.
How dare you bite me, you insect! Wait until I destroy your home.
Instead of walking away from the bees, the bear swatted at the beehive in anger with his big claws, determined to destroy the beehive. But this only alerted the sleeping bees, and as quick as a wink, the entire swarm of bees flew out of the beehive and began to sting the bear from head to toes.
Someone save me from these bees!
Bitten all over and being chased by the swarm of bees, the bear ran in pain to save himself and dived into the nearest pond. The bees left the place with a warning.
Don't you dare come near our hive again!
The bear had learnt his lesson the hard way that day. It is better to bear a small injury with patience than to bring about 1,000 injuries by reacting in anger.
Yes, I should have thought for a while.
It's your anger that harmed you, Mintu, not that bird.
The Goose, the Golden Eggs, and the Greedy Farmer.
My stomach is hurting badly. Now don't be sad, Mintu. You will be fine soon. But remember, greed never does any good.
What do you mean by greed, Minu?
Okay, let's listen to the story of the goose which laid golden eggs and the greedy farmer.
There lived a poor farmer and his wife. Both had a small farm with their cattle and livestock. One day, the farmer and his wife bought a gosling with their savings. The farmer and his wife took very good care of the gosling. They provided food, water, and a cozy nest to rest. Day after day, the gosling grew into a beautiful white goose. The goose was grateful to the farmer and his wife for their kindness. The grateful goose soon started to lay eggs. They were no ordinary eggs, but golden eggs. But the goose laid only one golden egg a day. The surprised farmer and his wife collected the golden eggs and sold them. They were soon rich enough to lead a happy and comfortable life. But instead of being happy, they grew greedy. The greed to become richer even more quickly. The wife told her husband,
"What good is only one golden egg a day? We need more eggs."
The farmer replied, "The goose must have many more golden eggs in its tummy." The wife had an evil plan.
"Then let's cut open its tummy and collect all those eggs at once. We will be very rich all at once."
So the greedy farmer cut open the tummy of the poor goose. But to his shock, its tummy was all empty, with no golden eggs. The farmer and his wife had been ungrateful to the kind goose, and had been very mean and greedy. They cried and wailed. Their goose was dead, and there would be no more golden eggs for them now. They had spent all their money, and soon they both turned poor again. So greed brings more despair than any good. We should be thankful and happy for what we have, and use our resources thoughtfully.
So you see, greed is wanting more than we really need. So I can eat sweets and cake, but only as much as my tummy can bear.
The story of the thirsty crow.
Hey, what's wrong with you?
I'm feeling very thirsty, Minu. I can't walk any further.
I see a lake with sparkling water a little farther away from here. So let's keep walking. Come on.
No way. I am too tired. I give up. Let's wait here until we find some water.
Then we will never find any water. If we put some effort and be positive, we can make it there. Don't give up yet, Mintu. Haven't you heard the story of the thirsty crow?
It was a hot summer afternoon, and a very thirsty crow was flying above the ground looking for some water to quench his thirst. The crow thought to itself,
"Caw, caw, my throat is all dry. I'm so thirsty."
But all his search went in vain. The sun's heat had dried up all the water, and there was not a drop of water to be found anywhere. After a long search, the crow finally spotted an abandoned pitcher under a tree. He flew down to it and was delighted to find some water still left in the picture. But the crow could not reach its beak to the water all the way down to the bottom of the picture. He was sad because he had flown very far to finally find some water, but could not reach the water lying at the bottom of the picture. However, he did not give up his hopes of getting the water. He looked around to see if he could solve his problem somehow. Just then he spotted many pebbles lying near the picture. He thought for a while, and a brilliant idea struck his mind. He hurriedly started picking up the pebbles and dropped them into the picture, one by one. Very soon, the pebbles displaced the water at the bottom of the picture, and the water slowly started raising up the picture. So, the crow continued dropping the pebbles, and soon the water rose to the mouth of the picture. The crow gulped the water to his content and quenched his thirst. The smart crow was all refreshed and happy. He flew back to the sky, leaving behind a lesson that where there is a will, there is a way. If you have a positive attitude, and if you think through with an open mind, you can resolve most of the problems that come your way.
I understand, and as a matter of fact, our situation is not as bad as the crow's. Hey, wait! I have an idea. It will be easy if I climb onto those trees. I need not walk. I am a monkey.
Story of the Hare and the Tortoise.
What's the matter, Mintu? Why are you laughing?
See how slow the snail is? Will it ever reach its home?
But size and speed does not matter if you have the determination and you never give up before trying. But if you are proud and overconfident, you may lose the race.
In a big forest, there lived many animals, big and small, tiny and large. There also lived a hare with his bunny teeth, soft fur, and long ears. He was very proud of himself.
I can run so fast that no animal is a match for my speed.
One day, he met a small tortoise who was crawling very slowly. The hare laughed and made fun of the tortoise.
Hee, how slow and drowsy are you?
The tortoise kept moving without paying much attention to the hare, but the hare made more fun of the tortoise.
Come on, race me or accept defeat.
The tortoise finally agreed. There's no harm in trying. I accept to race with you. They judged the tortoise. One of the animals says,
What a fool to race with the hare. There's no doubt the tortoise will lose.
Before the race started, the friends advised the tortoise.
Better accept defeat gracefully before you are humiliated.
But the tortoise did not give up without trying. Let me try at least, no matter if I am defeated. The hare was too proud and overconfident about winning the race.
Show us how fast you can run. Oh, wait, actually walk.
The other animals cheered on, and the race finally started. 1, 2, 3, and go! The hare sprinted and off he was already far away, with the tortoise barely catching up and crawling slowly far behind. After some time, the hare had already covered a considerable distance, and there was no sign of the tortoise at all. The hare laughed to himself and decided to rest under a tree for a while. He thought,
Why put efforts? I shall win anyway. Let me take a short nap.
He soon fell into a deep slumber. On the other hand, the tortoise never gave up. He was slow, but steady, and continued moving towards the finishing line. Whereas at the finishing line, all the animals were waiting to see the hare run first and win the race. But they were all utterly surprised to see the tortoise, slowly but steadily approaching the finishing line. They started to cheer and encourage the tortoise.
Keep moving!
Keep moving!
You can finish the race.
Meanwhile, the hare woke up from his sleep.
There is no sign of the tortoise. Now let me start again and finish the race first.
But he was taken aback to see the tortoise reach the finishing line well before him.
Unbelievable!
He was stunned to see the tortoise win the race. All his pride was shattered to dust. All animals cheered and congratulated the tortoise on winning the race, and the hare stood there with a sad face. The humble tortoise approached the hare and said, "One should never be too proud and overconfident of his abilities, but one should always be humble and never give up before trying." In the end, the hare had learned his lesson that even if one is a bit slow but steady, will surely win the race.
Although slow, the tortoise won the race because he was steady and persistent, and he never gave up.
Right. Slow but steady wins the race.
What happened, Mean Two?
I had to give all my chocolates and sweets to Dolly
Why?
because she praised me a lot.
So you were flattered by Dolly.
Flattery? What's that?
Well, let me tell you about the crow in the story of the sly fox and the crow.
On a bright morning, a crow grabbed a piece of tasty cheese kept on a windowsill.
Wow, it's my lucky day. I just love cheese.
It flew into the woods and perched on a tree. As it was about to relish the cheese, it heard a sweet voice.
Good morning, my friend. You look lovely.
As the crow looked around, it saw a fox standing under the same tree. The fox resumed.
Your feathers are so silky and beak. Oh, so shiny and sharp. You are the smartest crow I have ever met.
The crow was so pleased with the flattery of the fox, it continued to believe the fox. The fox said slyly,
I wish I could hear you sing as well. I could tell my friends of your beauty and melodious voice.
and then it turned away, pretending to leave from the place. Now, the crow could not contain its joy and was desperate to flaunt his voice before the fox could leave. As the crow opened its mouth to sing, the cheese slipped from its beak and fell towards the ground. At that very moment, the fox grabbed the cheese and ate it.
Yum! It's so delicious.
Soon the fox ran away, saying,
You fool! You were easily deceived by my flattery. I only wanted the cheese, and I got it.
The helpless crow realized how foolish it had been to believe the flatteries of the sly fox.
So, Mintu, one should always be wary of the flatterers who falsely praise others for their own gains.
Yes, Minu. I gave away my favorite chocolates, just like that poor crow in the story. Ha 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 ha.
The Ants and the Lazy Grasshopper.
The hare. There's no doubt the tortoise will lose. Before the race started, the friends advised the tortoise, better accept defeat gracefully before you are humiliated. But the tortoise did not give up.
Come, let's play out.
Oh no, I can't. I haven't finished any of my homework yet.
So, you have again wasted all your time. It's playtime, and you are still sitting with your homework?
But I also want to play and watch TV. I can't be doing homework all day.
Then you should learn to manage your time well and make hay when the sun shines.
What does that mean? I don't eat hay. I eat fruits.
That's a proverb, Mintu. It means you should manage your time well and learn to do right things at the right time.
I still don't get it, Minu.
Listen, let me tell you the story of the ant and the lazy grasshopper.
There was a very lazy grasshopper. It only loved to eat, sleep, and play all day long. The grasshopper used to say,
"Working and tiring yourself is just waste of time. Why work when I can have all the fun?"
One day the grasshopper came across an army of busy and hard-working ants. The grasshopper made fun of the hard-working ants and said,
"Hey, why work so hard when there is so much food and fun around? Come, let's play and make merry."
The commander of the ants replied, "We ants make hay when the sun shines. We better gather food before the winter starts. Thereafter we can eat, but not now." Grasshopper laughed and said,
"That's so silly of you. There is a lot of food now, and there's still time for the winter to start."
The ant said, "You will see when it's winter, but we will all suffer if we don't manage our time now. So let's get back to work now." But the grasshopper only ate, lazed around. It was soon winter. The days grew cold and eventually colder until all grass was covered with snow and there was no food or water around. The grasshopper starved with no food or flour to eat, nor any water to drink. It grew weak and weaker. It cried out in hunger and pain, while it saw the ants warming up and having fun with the food that they had gathered all summer. The grasshopper turned to the ants for some help and food. The ants took pity on the grasshopper. They fed him with some food and water. The ant said, "Now you see who is having real fun." The grasshopper was thankful and ashamed at the same time. It admitted,
"I am sorry for not having managed my time well, but now I have learnt my lesson."
You were right, Minu. One should make hay when the sun shines. If you manage your time well, you can not only work, but also play and have fun as well.